Hi. Welcome to my channel. Today, I am introducing an iPhone K20 Pro. K20 Pro Mobile is really good features. Having pop-up camera, Snapdragon 855 processors. Another one is for gaming. Redmi K20 is really important. Flagship performance. The fastest chip available in MI. That's one is Qualcomm Snapdragon 855. The most powerful chip available for smartphones today world. Just see the video.
Flagship performance part of it. Now with flagship performance, we were looking at the fastest chip available for mobile computing today. And of course, no guesses there. Our friends over at Qualcomm have done an absolutely phenomenal job with this particular chip.
Another one feature are gaming. K20 Pro is designed for game and performance. Just see the video clip.
And with gaming, again, with the Snapdragon 855, you get Adreno 640 graphics processing unit, and what Qualcomm is terming this as elite gaming. Now, elite gaming gets Vulkan API 1.1. For those people who play games on PCs, you would have heard the words DirectX, OpenGL. Vulkan is like that. However, it has a few advantages. It is cross-platform. That means, yes, it extends to phones. And the second part is it also is a lot more power efficient and handles the GPU and CPU balance a lot better. That means between the CPU and the graphics unit, it balances the entire load so that there's no bottlenecks anywhere. Along with this, this GPU is also very special to us because it's got cinematic post-processing. And why this is important, I'll talk to you about this in the later stages. It's got better depth of field when you're gaming. The 3D graphics have a better depth of field. It's got high dynamic range, or HDR. Makes those screens pop. Again, very important for the K20 Pro. And of course, better physics.
Another one amazing feature are night vision. Night vision for gaming. Just see the video clip.
Massive advantage. With Enhanced Visuals 2.0, you actually get night vision in games which are really dark. So for example, if you are playing, let's say PUBG Mobile, and you've got a day and night match happening, at night you need to look around for those night vision goggles. How many people play a Battle Royale game here? Okay, the people in the middle are slightly boring. All these guys are happening. So it becomes really important because when you are playing at night, and if suppose you don't have those night vision glasses which you have to find in-game, with the K20 Pro, you'll still be able to see what's happening in the dark. So it's almost giving a massive advantage to people versus, I think this is the next best thing versus hacking. So don't hack, that's not good for anyone. But this one is giving you a hardware advantage. So if you look at it, night vision on versus a typical smartphone and how the renders change.
The blasting design back cover. 3 colors. One is blue, red and black. Just see the video clip.
It's absolutely stunning looking, but not just that, it's also built really well. The entire frame is built out of industrial grade aluminum. And if you can see the glass beautifully merging into that frame, it just looks like one whole unibody device. The glass that I'm talking about is a 3D curved glass, and even at the back is protected by Corning's Gorilla Glass 5. And this glass is curved It's a 3D curved glass, but the curvature changes ever so slightly when you get to the bottom. Again, to match that frame and, of course, give you that great hand feel. While we've used premium materials, what we did was another engineering marvel. If you look at, again, equivalent phones that have used materials like this, say the OnePlus 7 Pro or the XS Max, what they've not been able to do is manage the weight. It becomes unwieldy to hold after some time. For example, the OnePlus 7 Pro is at 206 grams, while the XS Max is 208 grams. Now, without compromising on the build quality, without compromising on the materials, we managed to get the K20 Pro at just 191 grams. This makes it the lightest true full-screen flagship in the market today. And not just that, obviously it's built well and looks stunning. We made these subtle design changes. For example, around the camera, you've got this holographic ring accent. Looks absolutely brilliant. Or the iconic red button. And this red button is actually going through all our variants. It looks absolutely stunning, and especially on the blue one, the red and blue or the red and black looks absolutely phenomenal. Along with that, we made some more changes. For example, LED notification light. Yes, we are a flagship and we still have a LED notification light, and it comes in like no other. So you've got a very unique LED notification light up top. So talking about the build quality, aluminum industrial grade frame, you've got a curved Corning Gorilla Glass 5 at the back with slightly different curvature. It's a 3D overall, and you've got accents like the holographic ring or the power button. And all of this has been designed along with the weight that I spoke about to give you that ergonomic fit. Over time, our designers have been thoughtfully working towards getting you that perfect hand feel, and that's what you get with the K20 Pro. Now that's about ergonomics. Let me get into the next color. Now this is, again, very thoughtfully designed, and this happens with 6 different layers coming in, and how the light plays off it. Of course, right at the top, you saw the 3D curved glass pack, which is a Corning Gorilla Glass 5, but underneath that, you've got the gradient color and the holographic layer playing together, and this is what's giving you those different patterns flying in, right? And the bottom one, is also really important, because this is the reflective layer that puts that light back. What does it all mean? And focus on the last one, because the phone looks very different under low light. So in dim light, it looks like a really good gradient design coming in. But when you have harsher light, when you have a stronger light, it completely changes. And you start seeing that flame coming in. As you move that light around, these flames almost seem alive. And that starts looking extremely different to anything else that you've seen before. In fact, the device in itself looks really stunning. So here's an image of the flame red. This is a camera shot image. It's not a 3D render. And as you can see, the flame pattern's really shining through. So it's all the 6 layers working together to give you a design like no other. But not just the red, even the blue, I agree, looks stunning. And the blue also plays really well with different lights. So when you move that light around, you start seeing this entire pattern emerging. Now these, as you could probably understand, the glacier blue and the flame red are inspired by the fire and ice design. But for the very first time on any of our devices, we are also having a second design philosophy. And this is slightly different from the fire and ice, and we are calling it inspired by carbon.
The most one of the features is AMOLED display, full screen display, edge-to-edge design, HDR display. Just see the video clip.
For the first time ever, we are introducing AMOLED display on a Redmi device. And we are calling this the Horizon AMOLED display. Right? It's a bit more than just a regular AMOLED. It is the true full screen experience. There are no notches, there are no holes, there are no obstructions to your viewing experience. It goes completely edge to edge in this incredible 6.39-inch Full HD Plus display. It is AMOLED, and we've pushed it all the way to the edges, giving you an incredible 91.9 screen-to-body ratio. How we've done this is also really great. We've got narrow bezels on the side. It's only 1.85 millimeter. On the top, it's a 2.1, and when we go at the bottom, it's just 3.8, right? Making it the bare minimum bezels that you can have a phone with this technology without actually compromising on any structural integrity. The overall trade-off obviously is that what you get is absolutely incredible. With this amazing screen, what we've also got is theater-grade viewing experience. So the color gamut of this panel is actually the DCI P3 color gamut. It's more than NTSC, it's more balanced than the regular NTSC 100%. And this is something that was started off by the digital cinema initiatives in Americas. And now most of your feature films are using the DCI P3 color gamut. What that means is when you're watching those movies on your phone, on your K20 Pro, you're going to see exactly how the movie maker intended you to see that movie. But not just that, you also have a very high brightness panel.
The pop-up selfie camera. 20 megapixel selfie camera. Camera raise within 0.8 seconds. Pop-up camera having light design the border. Let's see the video clip.
And that mechanism sits right on top. Now this camera obviously adds a bit more versus everyone else. My favorite feature of the pop-up camera has to be the CELS. What is CELS? The camera edge lighting system. This is the first in the world to have this. And of course, apart from looking really cool, it has one key functionality, is when you are taking a selfie, everyone in your group is automatically drawn to where the camera is. They automatically end up looking at the camera, and you get perfect selfies every time. You don't have to tell people where to look. So obviously it looks stunning as well, but because this was the first time ever that we had a moving part in any of our smartphones, we had to ensure that we had the best quality parameters. As Manu mentioned, quality is paramount for Xiaomi India, and with the pop-up camera, we had to be doubly sure of this. So the pop-up camera is tested for 300,000 times. That means if you're taking 100 selfies a day, it will last you more than 8 years. I think by the time we'll have K100. Now that's one part of it, right? That's the regular operation. What happens if you accidentally drop your K20 Pro while taking a selfie? It also has drop protection. It senses a fall from the gyroscope. It'll tell the CPU, which instructs the motor to withdraw the camera, and before it falls, you are safe. Now, in case you dropped it from a very low height and the camera didn't withdraw, we've put in another protection to it. The front camera lens is protected by sapphire glass, so you don't get those scratches. So amazing amount of engineering gone into this one moving part. So of course you've got the sapphire lens, you've got a magnetic switch which detects accidental presses for the pop-up camera. Of course, the gyroscope detects if it's getting a fall and retracts the camera, and it is tested for 300,000 cycles, ensuring that through the lifetime of the K20 Pro, you will not face any problems with this one moving part. Now that's about the quality part of it. Of course, it is a brilliant camera. It is a 20 megapixel camera in the front with all the cool features that you expect from a Xiaomi flagship. So you've got AI scene detection, you've got AI portrait mode, and you also have something called a panorama selfie. So when you are standing with a huge group, you just move your phone around and you can capture the entire group in one shot. Now, when we were looking at this pop-up selfie camera, there's one more thing that we had to kind of solve for, and that is face unlock. Now, you do have the in-screen fingerprint sensor, but we've added the AI face unlock to this as well. Now, of course, the AI face unlock will have to have the pop-up camera rise. So that's why the in-screen fingerprint sensor is a 7th generation one, and that is the fastest way to unlock the device securely. Now this is from the front camera perspective. Let's move to the back, and that's where the fun starts. We've got
rear camera blasting. K20 Pro having triple camera. 48 megapixels camera. Second one is 13 megapixels camera and 8 megapixels camera. Let's see the video clip.
AI triple camera, again a first for Redmi series in India. And these cameras are interesting actually. So you've got 3 cameras. However, there's been a little trend of sorts where you put triple camera, but one camera is pretty much not doing anything, right? You call it depth. We decided not to have that. Pretty much like in Xiaomi India, Manu has a job for everyone. For these cameras, each camera has a very critical job to do. Of course, the first one, or the primary camera, is a 48 megapixel camera, and this is Sony IMX586 that a lot of you already know. Has been absolutely loved on some of our devices. There's an additional 13 megapixel ultra wide angle camera, and this is wider than any other ultra wide cameras available in the market today. And we've added a third one, which is a telephoto. So you get incredible details as well as ultra wide mode, and if you need to go closer for portraiture, you also have a 8 MP. None of them are not doing anything, I guess. None of them are just depth sensors. But not just this. I mean, the camera system is a lot more complex than it. There are 3 cameras. Along with that, there's also a laser autofocus, right? And of course, you have the dual LED flash. And all of it works together to give you really different perspectives for every capture. So when you capture with the 48, or you capture with the 13 megapixel ultra wide, or you go closer to the subject with the 8 megapixel 2x telephoto, all of them gives you a very different result. Essentially, cameras are for the creative folks, and this lets you unleash that creativity in the best possible way. Let me talk a bit more on the 48. Now, this is the Sony IMX586. It is the highest resolution camera sensor available today, and if I can probably say that, nobody knows 586 better than Xiaomi does. Right? We've got it on most amount of devices, and of course, we've been tuning it ever since we were one of the first few to launch this, and it's become even better. Now that 48 is combined with a f1.75 aperture lens, giving you incredible details. If you take a look at this particular image, right, the detailing is absolutely top-notch. You can see every window. You can actually count the floors on all of these buildings there. And this is the magic of 48. However, what's interesting is this is just a part of that 48. Captures a lot more. And of course, we know the advantage of having a high resolution camera sensor. Versus a 12 megapixel, not only do you get more information, but you also get better clarity when you're pixel peeping and you're going really close. So you get that advantage with the 48 megapixel on the K20 Pro. But 48 megapixel is just not enough. Like I said, you need to know how to tune this. And we've done exactly that. If you compare it with other people carrying a similar sensor, let's take a look at this one, right? So you've got the OnePlus 7 Pro, which also has a 48 megapixel camera, and you've got the K20 Pro. you can start seeing that difference. Actually, if I go closer, you start seeing even more difference. If you think the flower is pixelated, it is almost 2 days of battery life with the K20 Pro. And there was one more ask along with battery, is how fast can it charge? So happy to announce that the K20 Pro will come with, or will support, sorry, a 27-watt sonic charge. We'll talk about the sonic charge in a bit. But what this 27-watt sonic charge does is in just 15 minutes, it'll give you 10 plus hours of 4G VoLTE talk time. So incredible when you really need that power on the go. Of course, in 30 minutes, it goes all the way to 58% off of 4000 mAh.
6GB variant of Redmi K20 Pro is being launched at 30,999 rupees. And the 6GB 128GB is being launched at 27,999 rupees. So this is Redmi K20 Pro for you guys. The Alpha flagship starting at rupees 27,999 only.
Thanks you for watching video.